Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Janice Boyd, and you are tuning in to yet another episode of Women with Beauty and Brains. And today we're going to talk about something really important that all of us need a little bit more of, and I just need to know about. And today I'm here with two beautiful, gorgeous ladies, intelligent, fantastic, lovely. I'm here with Roxanne, and I'm also here with Shaka. Hi, ladies. All right, ladies, so tell me your job title and tell me how you both know about money. We can start with you, Roxanne.
Sure. So my name is Roxanne McKinney. I've worked in the financial industry for about 5 years. I currently am a hedge fund administrator for JP Morgan.
Yes, queen!
I have a financial education company called The Fly Financial, and I'm building an application called CrowdStock right now.
Woo. Shaka. Hi.
So I'm a business analyst, been in the industry for about maybe 10, 11 years. Don't want to tell my age. But really how I got into finances, I had a business at a very young age at 12. And I had a lot of money at a young age, and I did a lot of dumb things over my life. So over a span of several years, through making mistakes and doing my own investigation, I learned quite a few things about how to build my wealth and even pay off debt. So hopefully something I can share today will help you or somebody else.
Yes, because Lord knows I need it, Jesus. I'm asking for a financial increase. All right, ladies, I'm super excited because we're going to play a game, and I love to play games. Well, I don't love to play games, but I do. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to play a little game that I like to play. True or false? Okay, you get a card, and you get a card. Here you go. Thank you. All right, so if it's true is a true card. Okay, I never know. If it's true, then true. And this is just your opinion. And if it's false, false. No matter your income, everyone can save money and should have a savings account. I want to say what? Really? True? Okay, so Shaka, you tell me why you say true.
So, to win the race, you could go steady, right? So it doesn't mean you have to save $1,000 a month if that's not what you're making. But if you save $5, the little that you have, cut back and get a salad at the supermarket instead of buying lunch in the city that costs $20 and save that $5, that'll help you and it go a long way.
So I like to, I have a motto, so it's called paying yourself first, and I kind of symbolize that with saving your money first. So paying yourself first, meaning like putting your money into a savings account before you go and pay your bills or anything like that. So even if it's just a little bit, whatever you can kind of do, like she said, to just save your money and just have something for yourself.
What if you're literally like making $8 an hour? How can you save money when you have like all these other bills that you have to make sure you're paying at one time?
Well, so there's ways that you can kind of cut back on things. So if you're making $8 an hour, you shouldn't be trying to have a car or, do extraordinary things. It should be like, all right, well, my lifestyle is going to kind of scale back a little bit so I can kind of do both. So it's all about finding that balance, I think.
And to add to that, you can also, what are some skills that you have that you can get a little side hustle?
Right.
So yeah, you make $8 an hour. I used to make $8 an hour, but I always used to do here on the side. So I'll always have like a client, even if it was one a week, and then I took that $40, $50, $60 and saved part of it, that helps. So what is in your talent that you can use to make your money?
So basically, you're saying that you should have like a side hustle for you to make some extra money.
Well, if your regular income cannot support your current lifestyle and you can't make cutbacks, I get it, right? Like, you want to do certain things. And I'm not saying, like, you up in the party popping bottles and you making $8. That's not what I'm saying. But if you're at a minimum.
So you telling me I need to stop doing that?
Girl, you can get other people to pop the bottles. You just
hashtag facts.
Right?
Okay.
Okay.
But, I get that, right? Yeah. So then what can you do? There's so many things you can do virtually now that you can make. Just spend like 3 hours a week and make just a little side change, and that could be a savings if you can't get it in your regular job. Right.
See, I'm already learning. Okay. All right, next, true or false? Credit cards are bad and can create more debt and more problems. Oh, shoot! Okay, so
I'm say both.
I'm just gonna say true, not that don't listen to me and my advice. I'm just gonna say true because I've never had a credit card, and I decided not to have a credit card because I just feel like if I had a credit card, I'll be like, oh, let me just buy a ticket to France really quick and I'll end up paying it back. So I'm like, to discipline myself, I'm like, I'm not even going to have one. Even though I know people say it's important for you to build up your credit, but I feel like if you're not financially where you need to be, then you shouldn't have a credit card. But I'll hear your opinion. So Roxy, what do you say? You said true.
I said false.
No, you said false. Okay.
And I think that credit cards can be used to your advantage. So it can help you build your credit, like you said, for purchasing a home, purchasing a car, things of that, big purchases. Like you want to keep your credit limit under 30% in order to kind of like build that credit. So if you're going over that, then it's pointless. So for me, I think it teaches you self-discipline. Yeah. It teaches you how to kind of manage your money properly, because that's just used as like an exterior. You don't really, like, it's not a necessity. You don't need it. But, you know, I think that it's great in the long run when times come for like big purchases and like, you know, starting your life. That's really important.
Last true or false question. You should negotiate a raise from your job at least once a year. Amen. Oh my God! Okay, my job. I'm coming for you. Okay, so Shaka, starting with you. Tell me why you think.
So first, before you negotiate, you have to figure out where are you now and where you want to be, right? And you need to show them that you've already possessed those skills that's necessary for where you want to go. One thing that I did when I was, I read a book actually, and it's called Secrets of Six-Figure Women. And in that book, it taught you a lot about how women will go into a company and they won't negotiate anything, but a man would. And I mean negotiate from paid time off, flexible work schedule, salary increases, healthcare benefits. We don't negotiate. We just think, oh, they're going to give me $50,000 a year. Oh my God, that's a lot. I didn't make that before. But men go in and they make higher. So girl,
ooh, I'm learning.
When I started to learn that, some men are very close to me, and I find out and I ask questions and I find out the secrets of the trade. So when I moved to the job I was at now, they gave me an increase from where I was before, but I challenged it. I countered. And I'm like, I'm not leaving unless I get X amount more. Because guess what? When I go back to work, I'm up for an annual increase. And I always, listen, line your ducks up in a row. You need to keep a log of what you've done.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
That's in your role and above and beyond your role. What you've helped with the company, how you've been forward thinking. So when you go to that table, they'll say yes or no. And if they say no, honey, there's another company that will pay you more.
Now, I did have
Preach,
two questions.
girl,
you better. I did have two questions. One of them I lost because I'm just thinking about 1,000 things. As far as negotiating, when do you know should it be exactly a year when you should negotiate? And also, should you have another job lined up? Should you have another job lined up before you go in to negotiate? Because what if they're like, no, we're not going to.
Well, I don't think it's necessary you need another job, because they're not going to fire you because you asked for an increase. They're not going to do that. But it'll give you perspective and say, okay, do they value me enough? And it's always easier to get another job when you have a job. So I ain't telling you to quit your job. You just know where their mind is. Right. And then you can say, okay, do I want to stay here to learn more? Because I see that maybe there's a growth potential in there that you can learn, build your skills, so when you go someplace else, you're more valuable. So you have that kind of in your, in your mind, in your arsenal. You got to be ready to fire shots sometimes, right? Or you can say, you know what, I know something else. And then if they say no, you have you network, you have connections, so you can always contact someone like, hey, I'm looking for a job. Like, I have people now that's like, send me your resume. I'm like, I don't know if I want to leave yet. Yeah. But you should always have that. You should always have that conversation, no matter what. So when you're ready to leave, you'll be like, all right, y'all don't want to pay me no more?
Time to go. Time to go. All right, ladies. So we have another little, I don't know if it's a game. It's another segment. And it's called, Why You Asking All Them Questions? Why you asking all them questions? Alright, so we have a few of our viewers. Hey ladies, how are you doing? Who've either been a part of the girl crew or just like fans of watching Women with Beauty and Brains. And so they've asked me questions. Some of them DM'd me, some of them emailed me, some of them called me. So I'm gonna ask you the questions that they have for you about money, because they need to know more about money as well. So the first question is from Jasmine Paniagua. Hey girl, hey, I love you. Her question is, what is a 401k and should I have one?
So it's a retirement account that sits you contribute to it every paycheck. And by the time you're 59 and a half, you can have money to spend for your retirement. So I think it's important to have this because it serves as a reserve, not only as a retirement for when you get older, but when you're young. So if you want to buy a house, that counts as a reserve, a cash reserve that's sitting there. And I think it's important because most companies these days, they match you. Mm-hmm. So they'll give you the amount of money that you're putting in up to a certain percentage. And they'll do that every year. So I worked, the first company that I worked for out of college, actually, the Vanguard Group. Woo-hoo. They're dope. They're dope. But they matched me up to like 9 or 10%, and that's unheard of. Like,
wow,
yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's unheard of. But they really hold it down, and they give you that after like 5 years. It's yours to do whatever you want with it. So that's really good. So I think it's good to kind of watch your money grow. You know, watch that wealth build up.
This next question is from a lady named Janice Boyd. She said, can y'all be her financial leaders and advisors? Will y'all be my advisors? I'm about to be rich, y'all. Okay. All right, so the next question is from a young lady named Lydia Baker. She actually DM'd me this question on Instagram. Hey, Lydia. She said she is a recent graduate and currently at an entry-level job. How can she pay off her student loans when she lives check to check?
But always get a side hustle is necessary even if you don't have no bills to pay. Mm-hmm. Wow. Starting off just because it helps you put some extra cash in your money to enjoy life and to save.
Wow, I need to think more about that. All right. The last question is from Ruby. Hey, Ruby. She's currently in Italy. You better live your best life.
Girl, I'm
nice. She wants to know, what does investing mean and how do I start?
So, I'll answer that since I like to think of myself as somebody who invests very heavily. And with CrowdStock, that gives you the opportunity to kind of invest with your friends and learn together with your friends as well. But investing to me means kind of building wealth for yourself. So that's another vehicle that we weren't taught when we were younger. We weren't taught that in schools. And we kind of have to take it to ourselves to kind of learn how to invest on our own. So I think doing that extra research, even if it's like 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, going on those finance sites, learning about, what is a bond, what is a mutual fund, what is a stock, just getting that kind of information, in the beginning, and then kind of like putting little funds aside, getting ready to invest. So Robinhood is a free commission trading stock application, and they allow you to, you can invest in anything on the New York Stock Exchange. And it's free, completely free. So all you have to do is put your money aside into that account. You can kind of have it sitting there. If it's $20 a check, $10 a check, I got a little money, let me invest or whatever. Then invest in the stock and, hopefully watch it grow if you do, your research.
I've never known about that.
There's a disclaimer.
Okay.
You could lose money.
Yeah.
But you could lose your money.
Yeah.
But you kind of want to have that foundational research first to kind of make the best decision possible. Mm-hmm. So, if you do that research and you're like, all right, like, I know everything that I'm supposed to know, so if this doesn't grow, like, then something's wrong with the market,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So just do your research, read books. There's so many blogs out there. Like, do the work. Follow podcasts to figure out what it is.
Follow Women with Beauty and Brains.
Yes, definitely. That's where the info is. And you'll figure out what works for you, right? Like, I really like real estate and fixing things up, but that might not be for you. You may be more comfortable with stocks and bonds and mutual funds. So figure out what works for you and then go from there.
Woo! Lord Jesus, I've learned so much from you ladies. Like, we're going to have to do a follow-up because I'm sure people are going to find this very informative. I know that I have because one of my goals is now I'm finally in my life where I'm like, I want to be financially literate, which I have not been. And so I just want to thank you ladies because I know also people in the audience are just ecstatic because I know they're going to learn so much and I really appreciate you both. Let's cheers before we leave. Gotta do a cheers. Cheers to you beautiful ladies, beautiful queens. And I want to thank everyone that has tuned in. You have tuned in to yet another episode of Women with Beauty and Brains. And until next time,